Thank you, Ambassador Turay. Great minds, as they say. Our next speaker is one of Jamaica's greatest athletes, and I think you know that Jamaica has had some great athletes, some great sprinters, men and women, and we've always been competing with American, and so it's a friendly competition, but Jamaicans want to win, and the Americans want to win. And if any of you have ever been to the Penn Relays, have any of you been to the Penn Relays? Okay, you will have a demonstration of the competitiveness between these two countries. With the USA always cheering, USA, USA, and the Jamaicans countering with Jamaica, Jamaica. Anyway, those of you who follow track and field will know that 10 seconds is the threshold at which you determine if an athlete is, if a male sprinter is reaching elite status or he still has a way to go. Asafa Powell has the most sub-10. Sub-10 is what tells you that the athlete is reaching greatness. He has the most sub-10 occurrences in his career. And he was the world record holder on 2 occasions before his countryman, Usain Bolt, took that record. I don't know. I think he and Usain are friends because I've seen him dancing and doing all kinds of things on YouTube and TikTok. So I know there's no animosity, but he was, before Usain Bolt, the world record holder. He broke the record twice. Anyway, records are made to be broken. Asafa retired at the end of 2022, I believe, and is now embarking full-time on another of his passions, which is to help the youth of Jamaica and the youth everywhere around the world where he can help. He now has the Asafa Powell Foundation, which is his vehicle for charitable work. He has his lovely wife, Alicia, here with him. She's from Ghana. And as I was speaking to them last night, most of us on this side of the Atlantic of African heritage came from that region, came from Ghana and in that area. And so it is only fitting that he went back to Ghana to get himself a lovely wife. He visited Ghana a couple of weeks ago, and he was given a serious red card treatment. He was honored by everyone. There were mobs of people flocking around him, and they have made him now ambassador of the 2024 African Games, which will take place in Ghana. Wow. So with that, I'm inviting Asafa to the stage.
You can thank me for the beautiful weather outside. I brought it from Jamaica, so you can thank me. I hope I don't butcher all the names. You know, sometimes we need some simpler names, like Asafa. His Excellency Ambassador Fanday Turay, Permanent Representative of Sierra Leone to the United Nations and main sponsor of this event. The Consul General of Turkey, who has made this lovely facility available for us today, Mr. Gordon Tapper, Miss Judy Kuransky, Miss Maya Monroe, and Bethan Carbone, the organizers of this event, and my beautiful wife, Alicia Powell, of course.
Yes, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and a pleasure for me to be here with you today to observe the International Day of Sports for Development and Peace and to speak on topics of education and youth development. Ladies and gentlemen, the world needs more PhDs, more persons with master's degrees and bachelor degrees and certificate of higher learning. But what I focus on more is the absolute necessity for every child in every country of the world, irrespective of their gender, their family circumstances, whether they live in rural communities or in the city, is deserving of a quality primary and secondary education. If you go to the UNESCO website, one of the first statements you will see in clear bold letters is education transforms lives. There is no doubt about that. Education opened doors that would otherwise be closed, to one, to grasp or explore opportunities, to lift oneself out of poverty, and to contribute to the welfare of your family and the development of your country. One's country must invest in youth and their education for them to be productive citizens. I am fortunate to be from a country, Jamaica, that values education and has built primary and secondary schools within the reach of every child, whether it requires them to walk, to be dropped off by parents, or get there by bus. However, that was not always the case. Since Jamaica gained its independence, the number of high schools in the country has almost doubled. But a school is more than just a building. It is a place of learning, of socializing, of identifying your talent, of climbing the ladder to success. I have traveled around the world as an athlete and as a visitor, and I have seen little kids barefooted and with raggedy clothes begging on the sidewalk as their means of getting a meal and helping their families to survive. The nations of the world must do better. Youth are your most valuable resource. You must enable them to move ahead. Just last week, we saw where one United Nations member state banned all girls from going to school, condemning them to a lifetime of illiteracy, denying them an important element of their human rights, ensuring that they live a life of servitude to the male species. That is not good enough. I have read of the disappointment of these girls who were so looking forward to the school year, with dreams of eventually becoming teachers, doctors, and being able to make a difference for their family and country. UNESCO declared that at present, more than 200 million children and youth are still out of school for social, economic, and cultural reasons. Education is a basic human right, firmly rooted in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. But what to do after graduating from high school? If there are no jobs and no opportunities, unfortunately, out of desperation, some young persons will become hustlers or resort to petty crime, and rather than contributing to society, they become rooted in the system that holds them back. Development must be approached in a holistic manner. Education is one pillar, health and well-being are another, and decent work and wages is another. I applaud UNESCO and the United Nations family of organizing for the work they are doing. Sorry. I applaud UNESCO and the United Nations family of organizations for the work they are doing on various fronts. However, more must be done. I am at your service to help deliver your message and to help to inspire young people around the world and in Jamaica, land I love, to strive for the best. Lastly, I cannot close without mentioning that last week in Jamaica was the staging of the annual Inter-Secondary High School Athletics Championships. Many people will tell you that after the Olympic Games and the World Championships of Athletics, it is the most exciting track and field event in the world. It is certainly the top high school track and field event globally. It is an event where many of the world's best youth times are set. And last week, for example, a teenage boy and a teenage girl ran the fastest time in the 100 meters in the world this year. Faster than the seniors. I came out of this system, and though I was not a big success at that level, I was fortunate enough to impress my coach with what was then untapped potential to become a 2 times 100 meter record holder and the leading male sprinter in the world until some guy until my teammate Usain Bolt, took over. Thank you very much, and
I know you weren't bragging